War has changed. In the ancient world, battles were fought with swords and shields. In the modern world, battles are fought with narratives, emotions, and psychological pressure. The battlefield is no longer a piece of land, the battlefield is the human mind. Whether you realize it or not, you are in a constant state of warfare. Your boss, your rivals, your toxic family members, and even your partners are deploying strategies to gain leverage over you. If you do not know the tactics of this war, you are already a casualty. You are a pawn being moved by someone else's hand. The most dangerous fighters today are not the ones with the biggest muscles. They are the ones who can dismantle an opponent's sanity without ever raising a fist. They know how to plant doubt, how to isolate targets, and how to win before the conflict even becomes visible. Today, we are declassifying the manual of psychological warfare. We will equip you with the 7 most lethal strategies used by military intelligence, corporate sharks, and master manipulators to break the will of their resistance. This is not about being evil. This is about survival. If you want peace, you must prepare for war. Welcome to the front lines. Welcome to Cobalt State X. The first strategy is gaslighting, or the reality shift. This is the nuclear weapon of psychological warfare. Its goal is to make your opponent doubt their own perception of reality. When an enemy no longer trusts their own eyes and ears, they become dependent on you for the truth. It starts subtly. You deny things that definitely happened. I never said that. You are imagining things. You are too sensitive. By constantly rewriting history, you destabilize their mental foundation. If someone tries to use this on you, do not argue with their version of reality. That is a trap. Instead, keep a record. Write things down. Trust your memory. And when they try to shift reality, simply look at them and say, "I know what I saw." Do not engage in the debate. The moment you debate your reality, you signal that it is up for negotiation. It is not. The second strategy is the double bind, or the no-win scenario. This is a tactic used to paralyze an opponent. You create a situation where whatever choice they make, they lose, and you win. In a corporate setting, a boss might say, "Take initiative, don't ask me for everything," but when you take initiative, they scold you for not following protocol. If you ask for permission, they scold you for not having initiative. You are trapped. To wield the double bind, you offer choices that lead to the same outcome. Do you want to sign the contract now or after lunch? The option to not sign is removed. By giving the illusion of choice, you bypass their resistance. They feel free, but they are walking down a corridor you built. The third strategy is divide and conquer, also known as triangulation. If you are facing a group, a toxic family, a clique at work, or a unified team, you cannot fight them all at once. You must break their unity. You do this by creating suspicion between them. You feed different information to different people. You tell person A that person B was complaining about them. You tell person B that person A doesn't respect them. Paranoia is the most effective solvent for alliances. Once they start fighting each other, they stop fighting you. While they are busy with their internal conflict, you can move in and take control. This is the oldest military tactic in history because it works. The fourth strategy is feigned ignorance, or playing the fool. In a power struggle, your intelligence is a threat. If you appear too smart, people will put their guard up. They will hide their plans. The master strategist often plays dumb. He asks naive questions. He pretends not to understand the scheme. He lets his opponent underestimate him. When your enemy thinks you are stupid, they get arrogant. They get sloppy. They reveal their true intentions because they don't see you as a threat. And that is when you strike. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Let him believe he is outsmarting you, right up until the moment the trap snaps shut. The fifth strategy is the scorched earth, or reputation destruction. Sometimes, you cannot win the argument. Sometimes, the facts are against you. In these cases, The dark strategist attacks the credibility of the accuser. This is the ad hominem attack weaponized. Instead of defending against the accusation, you destroy the reputation of the person making it. You dig up their past. You highlight their hypocrisy. You make them the issue. If people stop respecting the messenger, they will stop listening to the message. This is a brutal tactic. It causes collateral damage. But in high-stakes psychological warfare, it is often the button of last resort. Use it only when survival is at stake. The sixth strategy is fear then relief. This is a classic interrogation technique. First, you place the target in a state of high anxiety or fear. You threaten to fire them. You threaten to leave. You create a crisis. When their stress levels are at the maximum, you suddenly offer a solution. You offer kindness. You offer a way out. The sudden drop in stress releases a flood of relief hormones that makes the person temporarily compliant and suggestible. They are so grateful that the pain has stopped that they will agree to things they would never accept in a normal state. They will sign the confession just to end the fear. Be very careful of people who create chaos just to fix it. They are manufacturing your gratitude. The seventh strategy is asymmetric warfare, or using their strength against them. In Judo, you do not block a punch, you pull the opponent forward, using their own momentum to throw them. In psychological warfare, if someone is aggressive and loud, do not try to be louder. Be quieter. Let their aggression make them look unstable. If someone is arrogant, feed their ego until they overreach and humiliate themselves. Do not fight force with force. That is a contest of stamina. Fight force with void. If they push, you pull. If they pull, you push. By refusing to meet them where they are strong, you force them to fight where they are weak. Applying these strategies requires a cold detachment. You cannot be emotional in war. Anger makes you predictable. Fear makes you hesitant. You must view social interactions as a chessboard. Every word is a move. Every silence is a trap. Most people go through life sleepwalking, believing that everyone has good intentions. You know better. You know that behind every smile, there is a strategy. Behind every handshake, there is a test of grip strength. Now you have the codes. You can see the matrix of manipulation. You can choose to be the player, or you can choose to be the piece. But you can no longer choose to be ignorant. The war is already happening. The only question is, are you winning? If you are ready to upgrade your mental armor and join the ranks of the elite strategists, verify your allegiance. Subscribe to the channel. Leave no trace. Trust no one. This is Cobalt State X, transmission over.